We're kind of matching.
Oh, yeah.
I just realized that.
I'm not playing.
So I guess we got a telepathy thing going on. But we're back.
We are back.
I'm excited about today's topic, actually, because it is the first week of a new series we want to talk about with you guys. And I kind of want to give like a little recap just so y'all know what we're even talking about. So today is going to be the first week, like I mentioned, but it's going to be the consistency code. However, stay with us these 4 weeks though, because this is what it's going to be about. So it's called a Build to Lead series designed to equip faith-driven entrepreneurs and leaders with the mindset, habits, and heart posture to lead from a place of purpose and not pressure. Each episode is going to dive into the inner work behind outer impact, from building consistency to cultivating a healthy company culture to leading with vision and remembering to know how to rest. This series is for anyone ready to grow, not just their business, but their character, their calling, and their kingdom of influence. Pretty good. That's why I'm like really stoked about this. And it's called Build to Lead. Like we're all meant to lead in some form or fashion, whether you're a mom, dad, a business owner, golly, you name it. A dog owner. So you're a dog mom. I'm a dog mom. I love it. I'm meant to lead her. She, just going broad here with it.
Well, your life in general. You're meant to lead your life.
Yeah, I agree. Your happiness matters.
Yeah, so welcome back again.
Yeah.
It's another episode of Rooted and Rising. This is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about consistency.
Yeah. What does that mean to you? It's a big word.
Consistency is what it mean to me.
Would you say? Do you struggle with it?
Everyone should, definitely struggle with it.
So do I.
Yeah. What it means to me is like, I guess I got to use an analogy. That's where my mind works.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like a horse. They have the tail.
How do you think of that so quickly? Go ahead.
I don't know. With the tail, and there's so many strands of hair on that tail.
Yeah.
It's not just like a tail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine if you just went over there and you try to cut it one time.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because it's so thick with all that.
You're right.
You got to cut one at a time, two at a time, three. Like, not very little.
Yeah.
But keep going, but eventually you'll get it.
Be consistent, yeah, and then you'll get to your end goal.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't want to cut a horse's tail off, but
I know what you're saying in general. It's kind of like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, because everyone wants the overnight success.
Instant.
I wish I could have it too.
Right.
We live in the age of instant gratification. We have a microwave. I can heat my food up in a minute, and I'm ready to eat.
Shoot, we have ChatGPT. We have AI now. We have so many things.
Exactly. And so consistency is like the enemy to all that.
Yeah.
Like no one wants to keep grinding for stuff. And that's what consistency is, the grind. You can't, and that's where you actually get the real benefits, the rewards from. The real people who work out is day in, day out. Athletes who are professional athletes were day in, day out grinding to get to that point. They just didn't start the sport.
Yeah.
They get the call up.
No, and then even like got Aaron, my boss, and I'm just like the consistency there of owning a business and things not always going correctly and keeping your head on straight, not showing your frustrations to your team, and like holding it together when who knows, he could be crumbling or just stressed out. Like the amount of pressure. That's why one of the words was, we want to lead from a place of purpose and not pressure, because holy moly, like that pressure can get the best of us. We're emotional, we're human beings. So.
Yeah, people like to say pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah,
but it also busts pipes.
Yeah, that's also true. I think I sent you that once. You were going through something with work. It was the end of tax season, and I think I remember I took forever to respond, and I was like, "Pressure makes diamonds," like a quick, something positive to maybe make the day better. But you're right.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, do you have any like a personal moment when it comes to you struggling with consistency with anything right now?
Oh, right now?
Yeah, right now.
So I had a great tax season. Tax season's, January, April 15th. It's pretty much done. I was at work 6 days out of the week. Done. Yeah. I'm still going to the office, but for some reason, I mentally checked out of tax season. So I had people who filed extensions that I'm not in the biggest rush to get done for some reason. Me, I had a sense of urgency throughout the whole season. I need to be at there, get this done. If I'm not there at 6, 7 a.m., I'm late. My day is ruined.
Yeah.
And now, I woke up late today. I didn't go to the office today.
Yeah. But, wait, are you going to the office?
Yeah, I still go to the office.
Okay.
But it's now when I'm there, I'm more laid back. I'm kind of is my consistency. I'm not there 6 days out of the week no more. I'm there 4 days out of the week.
Not so much in a rush, I guess.
Exactly.
In a way.
So it's kind of, I feel that now on, it's like I got so used to that. My mind is like, hey, what are we doing? You're not. And my mind is like, you need to get back with it because that had you on the ball. And no matter what, even if you're not putting taxes, get better at being in a.
Yeah.
People ask me for advice all the time on finance, accounting, everything they can do. What I need to do is just start immersing myself. Now's my time to grind up. It's like it's the off season, you know.
Yeah.
Football players don't stop playing football. They grind out. They go to the gym and work out to get better for the next season. And that's what I need to be doing. I need to get better for the next season. I need to still
Plant
grind
the
it
seeds.
out. Exactly.
Yeah, you have to.
So that's what I'm struggling with at the moment.
Okay.
What about you?
Mornings are my time. I'm a morning person, you could say. Not a 5 a.m. morning person, but still 7 normally. Meaning I'm used to getting up out of bed and I go straight to the gym. I work out right away to make me feel fulfilled. Well, I've been struggling with being busy on the weekends. And so I'm just like fatigued. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. And when it comes to, the Monday, Tuesdays rolling around, it's been hard for me. I'll lounge till like 7:30. And then I'm like, I can feel it. Sometimes I don't give myself grace. I will dwell on that waking up late. And then I'm in a funk all day. And I keep dwelling on it. Let's try again tomorrow. So what I'm doing now is I'm getting my 2 pairs of shoes ready because I want to run after I do my strength because I'm doing more. Honestly, I'm getting into kettlebell workouts right now because sometimes I don't have enough time. I'm tired of excuses. So if I have time for a 15-minute workout, I'm doing rounds. I'm doing as many reps as possible.
And reps.
I was going to say that, but I didn't know if some people knew what that was. I told it to Caleb the other day and he had no idea. And I was like, it's fine. But anyways, so I'm just getting a sweat on. But again, I'm focusing on strength. And then I have my Adidas, my running shoes to run on the treadmill right after. And that is, I have my socks ready. Like, I am committed now. But because I noticed it. I recognized it right away. I am not in good moods in the mornings whenever I don't do what I have to do. And so that's where we're at. So we'll see how it goes. But this has been going since April 15th. I even told you I finally got back into running. I was really nervous about this hamstring. Like, I felt like I pulled something. Rocky, I was looking on the way here to confirm and not lie to you on my stats because I got 34 miles in from April 15th to the 30th of April. And so now I'm like, to me, that seems like a lot, kind of. So I ran a total of 13. Again, 15 days, right? I had when I started. And so now, whenever May 1st rolled around, I was like, oh, challenge accepted. I want to see how many miles, healthy-wise. I'm not trying to, run 13-mile long runs yet. Work my way up, going straight for zone 2s, feeling phenomenal. So we'll see how this month goes because I'm ready to get back in those June runs and go run on Waterway and stuff. Maybe get y'all to finally come out with me. We'll see. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Does Seti miss running?
I hope so.
I know sometimes she'll mention it. And so I'm like, maybe after this, we'll have to do just little family things. Let's go to the park.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Nothing too serious. Like, it doesn't need to be serious. But anyways, that's
to go back to your work, actually, you sparked this thought in my head. You were intentional with all that because I think before the 15th, you cleaned out your garage. You put something in your back. You put stuff in your backyard.
Yeah. Made a shed.
Exactly. But you made a space.
Yeah.
For this happen.
To make it mine. Because, that's I forgot about that. Because I did talk about that. And I was like, I'm trying to start doing, because the summertime's coming and I love a good garage workout. And so good point. See, I planted some seeds. Sometimes I need that reassurance. It's like, again, learning how to give myself grace on those bad days. But damn, I am having fun. Like, I'm having a blast. I'll put the garage like a quarter open because I'm going to be that neighbor, at 7. That's another thing we can talk about later, another habit. But I want to see the sunlight. I want like natural weather, whether it's raining or not. And so it's just a vibe. It's being in that moment. I've talked about this on another podcast and feeling how happy you are and like sit in that. So whenever you have that morning, you don't want to wake up, it's a mindset thing. It's a mental thing. And I'll think about it. The process of getting my pre-workout, filling up my half gallon of water to get my morning started. And now it's like, it's contagious. So I don't want to stop.
Yes. Habits, they shape your identity.
Yeah, they do.
That's actually our first segment, how they shape your identity.
Yeah.
And things like telling yourself stuff as well, is like, I'm not a morning person. You would never be one if you keep talking like that.
Yep.
Start telling yourself, I am a morning person. I am a morning person. I'm going to be a morning.
Yeah.
Put your alarm for 7 a.m.
It's in your subconscious for a reason. If you know what I mean? Like, I was going to ask you this today eventually, but you don't have to answer me. But in general, those things that are in the back of your mind that you tell yourself you want to do, but there's always a reason why you don't have time. It could be reading that book that's on your side table. It could be reading the Bible. Who knows what that is? It could be spending time with the kids more or whatever, remembering to take out the trash with some men that don't. You know what I mean? That we just forget, but it's in there. You just got to do it.
Yeah, excuses are lies that we convince ourselves is the truth.
And it eats us up, though. I'm sure it does with a lot of us, but it's just learning how to, day by day, just try, day by day. You do it 2 days in a row, you fail once, okay. It's okay. Pat yourself on the back. You survived. Try again. That's just the mentality I tell myself.
Well, that kind of goes with the consistency. And then when I was saying how we live in instant gratification, there's no reward on the first time we do it.
Yeah.
Not the second time. There's no reward for working out. There's no reward first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks. Then you won't even see something, but you're going to feel something. But it takes 21 days to even build a habit.
I was just about to say that. And then that's whenever I did 75 hard. That shaped me. And I think back on doing that 2 times. I'm like, I can do anything I want to. It's up to me. So, because it's the habit.
So we're supposed to tie this into scripture.
Yeah.
And I was thinking earlier, like, man, what are the habits? You know, I brought up one earlier, but another one that comes to mind is Daniel. In the book of Daniel prayed every day. Prayed 3 times a day, all the time.
Yeah.
Praying. He prayed. And it got to the point where in where he was at, there was a guy in the kingdom who was like, look, there's a guy in the kingdom who told the king, look, you're God. We should be praising you. You're the king. You're the king of all of us. Like we're praising you. Daniel, the guy who was in prayer, said, no, I'm gonna keep praying to my God. I'm gonna keep doing what I do. Is I pray.
Yeah.
Those little things in his room, closed behind the door, no one saw it, but he prayed. That's what he did. It got to the point where the guy convinced the king, look, this guy doesn't love you. He ain't praying for you. Like, you should kill him. Put him in the lion's den. That's where people will go. They got killed. Imagine being in a den in a room this big with a lion. You're done for.
Yeah.
Daniel went. He slept the whole night, didn't get touched.
Wow.
Because the little things that God saw, because, we may be thinking that no one sees us, but someone's always watching us.
It's the unseen.
Exactly.
Where it really matters.
Exactly. God saw all that stuff. It was like, you've done all of this.
He knows your heart.
Exactly. Let me show you how. I'm going to prove myself because you've already proven yourself. He didn't get touched overnight. Those are the little things. And so, like, college, after class, I'd stay another hour or 2 studying. The first time I did at college, I was actually on academic probation.
Yeah.
It was bad. But then I realized the stuff is in the book. Let me just keep reading a little bit more. I want to get better at this. I want to get more at this. I started tutoring people. Yeah. I went to tutoring and I started tutoring people.
Yeah.
And then it just, that effort that no one saw because no one studied with me. I was just doing my own thing. I just had time. I went to go do it. I wanted to get good grades. Top 5%. I mean, I got crazy things that happened to me because I was just putting the work in.
That's how my life has been the past couple of years too, because no one sees. And it's hard. Sometimes it's hard because you think you're alone or whatever. Or is there even a reward for this? Whatever that scenario is. But yeah, that's crazy.
We shouldn't be looking for a reward either.
Yeah.
That's the tough part.
We think,
hey, someone should be seeing what I'm doing. Pat me on the back, especially social media. Like,
gosh, I know. It's like, man, I'm not, no, let me just not even say that. Well, I'm going to do it. So sometimes, you know how when I respect it to an extent, but you know how sometimes people just really showboat when they give like to poor people.
Oh,
or,
I don't
like,
do that.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, there's a lot of inspiring videos out there, fine, but there's just a difference, is what I'm saying. You can just tell, and it sucks, but I get it. You're doing a wonderful deed, but you get the point there. It's just sometimes people need that recognition for the wrong. What I'm trying to say is the heart's in the wrong place. That's all.
In the Bible, it says, Jesus said, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. So if I'm giving to this, if
Yeah.
I'm giving this person over here,
Yeah.
I ain't letting no people over here know. Because it's just you don't tell people when you're fasting. Put makeup on, keep moving. That's also Jesus said that too. But small doesn't mean insignificant. It means sustainable.
Just because it is something like something small you're trying to do, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could cut a horse tail with one strike.
Yeah.
But no, but get my scissors out.
Yeah.
So, little by little. Taking a little time, but I'm building something. God's building something in me.
Yeah.
Actually, I was talking to my pastor the other day, because when you're going through stuff, he's trying to bring something out of you or put something in you.
Yeah.
That's why you're going. The stuff that you're doing in the darkness, whatever is happening, there's something being created in that. And that's why we're rooted and rising. But no, that's something creating. That this new person is going to be, when you do rise, when it does happen, all that every stuff is, you built that. You became that. So when you work out every day, go running, someone just asks you to run a 5K randomly, just go run a 5K. What happens? You could do it.
Yeah.
No questions asked. You didn't even hesitate. It's yours. Like, oh, what time do I think I want to hit today?
Yeah.
That's what it becomes. There's no like, oh my goodness, am I going to survive? Am I going to be okay? There's no fear of any of that. There's just, when I used to do racing and all that, when I was in my best shape, there was never any fear before the race. There was no fear of like, am I going to finish? My only thought was, how much am I going to win by this time?
Yeah.
Is it going to be close, a good competition? Because I want to do good. It wasn't a cocky mindset.
No,
it
I know
was
what you
more
mean.
of like, I trust what I've done.
Right.
I know what I did. I don't know what these people did.
Yeah.
But I know what I did.
It has nothing to do with anyone else. It's a you
nothing.
thing.
It's just me.
Yeah.
It's more of,
Yeah.
I know the work I put in. I know where I could do. I know how fast I could do it. I wonder if someone's going to be ahead of me if I keep up with them, if they're going to keep up with me. And it was great. It was a great mindset. It was good things. There was no fear involved. There should be no fear if you've already done the work.
Yeah. I agree.
For a test, there should be no test anxiety because you've already studied.
Yeah. You already did it.
Yeah, you did the hard part. This is just answering the questions to stuff you've already done before, over and over and over again, because you're consistent. What is one habit you developed? You personally developed?
Another one? You want another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Funny. This one's silly, but it's not. Remember how we talked about me trying to wake up earlier? So it's funny because I actually like this time change because it gets brighter earlier and we get more daylight. I have blackout curtains in my room. But do you know what that does really to you when you like wake up in the mornings?
You don't know.
Especially when it's raining. It really feels dark outside, right? Like, oh no, it's not 7 yet. No. So what I do is I have two different windows. And I actually intentionally, when it's weekends, no, those suckers are staying shut. But when I got no places to be, I will keep one open. So that way 6:18 is whenever that sun comes up. So 6-8, guess who's been waking up before that time? And that's become a habit now for the past, I think it really started the middle of April. So this is all newer. We're only a couple, 3 weeks in, sort of. And so loving that. That's why I'm being able to do the workouts in the morning right away by 6:30, do the pre-workout, drink the water. It's all on the counter already. So when I see it, I feel that emotion. I've already instilled that emotion. You know what I'm saying? So that would be something.
So you've already that was 1 through. So walk through 2 more of your daily habits like that.
Okay. Another one is scripture for me. So I got the Holy Bible app finally. Usually I'm like a tangible. I like the Bible physically in my hand. But I'm noticing ever since I went to this church, I just decided to get the app. So now, randomly, I didn't set this timer for it. Maybe it just automatically does it. You tell me. But
push notifications.
Yes, at 7:30 a.m. every single morning. I'm not even looking at my phone yet, what I'm trying to say is I don't even know what time it is while I'm in the garage or something, and then I feel my watch go off with a notification. I'm like, who's texting me at 7:30? Like, I'm not working yet, and so it's the scripture. And so what do? Sit there for 2 seconds, read what I have to read, be in the moment. So that's something else I'm trying to implement emotionally, spiritually, physically, every category right now.
Yeah, that's
really
what I pray
working
for every night.
Working on that.
Yeah, So I used to, I guess one of my habits is reading the Bible. I used to read it I mean, I still read it, but I used to read it a lot. And that's why, like today, when we have Bible study, like someone says, "Oh, do anybody know about this?" and I can answer, like, "Oh, I know the story. I know a little bit about that because I did the work. I've already put in stuff. Not only like did I just read it once, I read it again, read it again. And I probably watched YouTube videos on it, and I read it again.
Yeah,
because it was just every single time you read it, it's something different, and you should always read it and read it again and again. But like that became like those are things that are still fruits to this day.
Yeah.
Daniel came to my mind. Things like that.
Yeah. You're pretty good at it.
Well, it's one thing I love. When you love something, you're gonna make time for it. And prayer. When I was a kid growing up, my mom would always make me pray for food. Pray over this. Pray, Rocky, go pray. No, I don't know why she did it, but she always said, Rocky, go pray.
Yeah.
Pray. And to this day, before we eat, I'm gonna pray.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and everyone recommends you in general to pray.
But
yeah.
That was something that she built. That was one of those like.
Yeah. That's consistency right there.
Yeah.
Because the words that come out of your mouth, you can just tell they flow. You know what I mean? Like you don't prep. You don't think about it. Sometimes you don't even know who's going to be at dinner that day or that Thanksgiving that year. You just do it. You know what I mean? You just say it. It comes out. I'm actually, I'm working on maybe doing that one day. I never have. We've always had a leader of some sort, right? For you to lead us in prayer and stuff. But when I think about having my own family one day or my own people, group of friends, is like, I want to. The other day at Mom's birthday dinner, and all of 15 of us on a whole table at the restaurant, and she said the prayer.
10-year-old.
That's really what I was like, man, if she can do it, we all have stuff to work on. We all have things we want to do in this life, and that would be one of them. And it was actually really neat to see the people, like, you just get, whenever we're about to do prayer, I just kind of get like tunneled in. I don't really pay attention to anyone else around me. I don't care if anyone's paying attention to us. You know what I mean? And so I think that was our first time doing it at a restaurant with that big of a group. And right away you could feel the energy in the room of respect. It was like this wholesome feeling that people recognized. And I don't think we see that enough anymore. So it was a very sweet, sweet moment.
It was amazing. It was a beautiful thing to
Great
see.
week.
And all that comes from at home.
Yeah.
That's where that starts at home. And so
absolutely.
Yeah, prayer. I mean, I pray. When I pray to God, I pray. And in my closet, on my knees, praying.
I literally want a prayer closet. I was thinking about that too. That's going to be another goal. Because I have 2 extra closets. One of them is really empty. One of them is storage. So I want to get some blankets or something and get Post-it notes and like genuinely start. I'm going to do that. We'll see.
My first, not really, but when I was living by myself, when I moved out the house, I had my own prayer spot. It was a yoga mat on the ground. No socks, no shoes ever touched that area.
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing.
It was just that in the Bible.
Yeah.
And it was me.
In it.
Yeah. It was only me for tears on the ground, if anything. It was just only for prayer. It was sacred. It was my sacred ground. I was like, that's for my time with you. Like, I'm not going to let anything touch this. And but I made room for it. Nothing touched it, things like that. I was intentional for that spot. It had a purpose.
Yeah.
And that was one of my habits, is to pray.
Good.
Faith isn't separate from business. You brought everything you want, all your whole being. It's not separate. It's the foundation. Because
we're rooted, right?
Yes.
We're still we're building that foundation.
And
we gotta water ourselves.
Jesus gave us, this last, he said to love your neighbors as you love yourself. And everything will be tied. Every law on all that will be tied into that. Because if I love you as much as I love myself, why would I ever hurt you?
Right.
Why would I want you to fail? Why would I'm going to work for Sienna.
That's good.
And I love you like I love myself.
Yeah.
So that means your job, your company is my company. I want it to succeed. I want it to be high. Let me take it to, how can I make it to the next level?
Right.
When you're a business person, that's what you become. You work as if you're working for God.
Exactly.
And take it to it's the foundation.
I love it.
Of it all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually good.
No, that is good, because everyone in the industry that I work in too, whenever I speak, people can tell that I love what I do. They love what I do, and they can tell that I love who I work for, because that matters. And so it's like it's also the belief system. You have faith in this person, this company, all the things. You want them to succeed. So you just put them in the work. I
want him to succeed.
Yeah. So because you can feel it, right? And it's just, it's awesome. It's a good time.
Yeah, when you meet people like that, when you know they're genuine and there's no facade.
Yeah.
Those are the people you always want to
Real
win.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how can I help type of thing. Even if I don't even get paid, how can I help?
Yeah, no, exactly. I believe in relationships. All the money and all the things come later in life, but,
Well, that's all a facade, too.
Yeah.
All that money, everything, that's all a
No,
facade.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. There's so many.
Yeah, God's not going to let you get into heaven because your bank account is big.
Yep. I mean, what do we even say to, like, the people with the most money sometimes aren't the happiest as well. But I mean, there's so many avenues to that, right? Because they can have rich family or, trust funds, all that stuff. And so I just genuinely believe in working for the things that you want in this life and be humble about it. I can't even, man, I love it. I still shop at Marshalls and stuff to this day because I'm just like, sometimes I had to. Sometimes I'm like, let's be real. Mm-hmm. You don't make money right away, or God, you get a degree and you try to do all these things correctly. It doesn't always work out that way. And so it's like all of a sudden, if you do ever get the money, it's just like, can't be silly and just go, you know what I mean? Like spend it because you get yourself in some trouble. So I've just been with all the car accidents. It's like, oh, cool. Gotta take care of this today. You just learn finances really quickly when things go wrong. And so I've been blessed.
What's your roots?
Golly, I have a few of them.
But you said something, if you do, because you went to school and all doing things correctly.
Yeah.
And I think that's also what stops people from being consistent because it's not going the way it's supposed to go. It's not there. It's not, wait, I did this and this. Just because you did that doesn't mean, just because you did A and B doesn't mean you're going to get C. Sometimes you got to wait.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe go back to A and restart everything.
Yeah.
But it's, how do you stay consistent when you don't get the results? Like, why would you want to stay consistent if you don't get the results? Especially if they're not instant.
Yeah.
That's I think that's because, like I said, if it's not going correctly, people, I was one who would just, I didn't graduate college in 4 years. I ain't going back.
Yeah.
Why would I go back? I'm going to be an old guy there now. For real. It was like I remember being in my class. I was like, man, I wasn't the oldest, but I felt like I was going to be every single year, every semester.
What you mean. Yeah. It's a natural feeling, though. I think the biggest step is recognizing that. Recognizing it, dig deep with it, and see what, you know what I mean? Working your way through it. And then also, not even on that topic, but just like doing what makes you happy, right? Like if you do go to the college and you a lot of people with the degrees don't even have a job in that. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's story is so different. It's just recognizing what truly makes you happy and go be patient. If it does, keep showing up. Show up for yourself, and I think it'll come. I know it will come. It's just facts. It's literal facts. How many people do we see successful that have, I want to have so many conversations with people like that. They don't have to even be a business owner. It could be something that they struggle with. It could be a crazy, insane car wreck. I've met so many. We are so lucky to have
blessed. We're so blessed.
We are blessed to have our limbs and being able to walk, and I can even run. Do you know,
it's the attitude of gratitude.
Yep. You have to.
Every day I keep trying to. Every day I actually tell myself at the end stuff I'm thankful. When I pray, anybody prays, the first thing you should do is say thank you.
Yep.
That's literally the first thing is, God, you're amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for today.
Yeah.
Thank you for what you've done. That's the first. Every time I do pray, it's thank you. Yeah. It's always it's something for this, thank you for that. I may not say thank you for I can move my toes, but I should be. Yeah. But I'm thankful that I made it through the day. I'm back home. Yeah. Thankful that many. Oh my goodness. Even when it's bad, thank you. When my father passed away, I went through it. And then about a few years later, I remember saying, thank you, God. Because I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't lose him. And it sounds crazy to say this stuff out loud. It's almost like people think I don't love him, but I do. Right. I love him and mom, but thank you, God. Thank you for being God. Thank you for you gave me a dad for 17 years. Some people didn't even have one. Some people didn't know one. Some people, their dad wasn't even part of their life. I had one though for 17 years, and he was there. So the attitude of gratitude. Yeah, you got to change the way you see it. We see things through a lens sometimes, a lens of, cup half empty. What's wrong with this? What I don't have. But we forget about all the things we do have. Yeah. We can focus on the 3 things that are going wrong. We have a million things that are going right.
Right. I was just swear to you, maybe an hour or 2 hours ago, I was just talking to my dad on the phone, and I'm starting to notice some things. And golly, I love that man to death because we have real conversations. It's so funny because sometimes we just bicker because we're just so honest. But I don't want him to not tell me how he feels or not tell me when I mess up, right? You know? And so in the conversation, he was just driving to Ostwell, from Corpus. And so all these things while we're on the phone for 20 minutes kind of kept going wrong. Someone was going slow. All these things. Someone took forever at the gas station. Gas was out at the pump, first pump he went to. And I was like, over time, I'm like realizing, I was like, Dad, do you realize everything you've said in this 20-minute phone call? It was like, you're just kind of talking negative. Like, let's shift that. Let's shift it. You're almost to Ostwell. And he was like, oh, you're right. But mind you, he's alone. He doesn't have someone to like help him. That's like self-discipline. That's so many other things. And so it was just so nice. He was so appreciative of like what I said, but it's all about delivery too. I wasn't like being rude. It was just like, hey dad, like it's okay. Snap out of it. You're fine. We're good. You know, like let's talk about something positive. But sometimes that's how we are in our heads, is like it's negative after negative, bad things after bad things. And then you lose that consistency because you had a bad day, you know? And so it's neat.
So the best part about that was he was receptive to it.
Yeah.
That's the best. But in general, that's kind of what I was saying earlier, how you kind of, I'm not a morning person. You're never going to be a morning person because you're already telling yourself this facade. And so you got to watch what you're saying.
Yeah.
What you just said, but look at what you're saying.
Yep. I was like,
switch it up.
Literally, I'm realizing, Father, you need to not talk this way. You're talking, you know what I mean? And that's what brings the energy. It's just like an energy thing too.
Whatever you think you shall become. You think you're this, you're going to become that. That's literally that's biblical as well. But no.
Love it.
When you speak things, you should speak life.
Yeah.
Speak life. Don't speak.
Yeah.
The tongue is a very powerful thing. We can speak things into existence. We can speak life into things.
Yeah.
If we speak the other thing into it, we're going to get the other thing. You can't say negative stuff all the time and then expect positive results.
For sure.
It's not going to happen. You're not attracting that. What you're attracting is that.
Yeah.
And so speak positive. Keep speaking life into things. Speak life like I can't think right now. Partner, relationships.
Yeah.
My partner don't want to talk to me. My partner don't do this. My partner's amazing.
Yeah.
He may not, they do this, but they gotta switch it up. What do they do? Speak the life into it. And speak to your partner. I know you're not here. Yeah, speak.
Yeah.
What you're speaking is never going to help you out.
I agree.
Because if you keep down and about putting it down, why would it ever want to come up?
Yeah.
Why would it come up? Because you're not speaking. You're not even speaking life to it. Pray over it.
For sure. I agree. I believe in that.
Yeah, I'm real big on your words. Speak life into things. Like in this household, the word CANT, I'm not going to say it. It's not allowed in here.
Yeah.
She don't say it. My little baby, she will not say it. She won't know that word. That didn't come from us. That's not born in here. It didn't reside in here. Tell him, my old lady, the DIV word in a part of a marriage, the opposite of a marriage, that has no room in this household.
Yeah.
You don't speak that here.
Right.
You don't say it. Once you walk into that door, that word should never come out of your mouth. Even when you're out that door, don't let that word come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
We didn't sign up for that. For better or for worse.
Yeah.
Till death do us part. That was a vow before God, before God that you made, that we will make. That word doesn't exist anymore. When we say that vow, that word is no longer in our dictionary.
Yeah.
In our vocabulary. It ceased to exist. We killed that. We buried that word. It doesn't come back. Yeah. It's dead. And so when you sign up for something like that, keep it like that. And that's
it's a big commitment.
Being intentional.
Yeah.
Making room for things.
Yeah.
You know, when you build a habit, what do you want to be? What do you want to become? Think about the person, your dream person.
Yeah.
I think we said this before. Your best self. Gosh. What does that person do for when they wake up? What does that person do when they go for lunchtime? What do they do before they go to bed?
Yeah.
And what's stopping you from doing that?
Right.
Your wall of excuses that you built.
You have no idea. I feel something in me. We have both felt it. I've felt it golly, I remember before college, it's just something. I don't know what it is, and I don't know what I'm meant to do in this life, but we are meant to do something. And that's why I'm like, God, you just have to keep trying day by day, because it is up to you in general. And I'm not even talking about being like a millionaire or anything. I'm talking about, be the best version emotionally, physically, spiritually, everything, and feel that, get there. Get there. A lot of us don't because life gets in the way. All the random things do happen. I totally respect it. Just can't keep us down forever. We're still rising. Like, we still have to rise. We still have to water ourselves. Mm-hmm. We have to, there's just so many.
I used to have this thing on my wall, this small little, like, quote from this guy, and I'm going to mess it up, but what he, it was as long, but I'm just paraphrasing. It was this: success isn't in the outcome. It's in the doing. It's in the little things. Mm-hmm. That's what success is. Because before college, like, I'm going to be successful. I want to be successful. But what is that? What is successful? Mm-hmm. It's not the outcome. It's actually doing it. You will get the outcome, but the actual process of doing it, that's success.
Yeah.
Because you didn't say ICANT. Mm-hmm. You didn't say that.
Right.
You didn't let fear hold you back.
Yeah.
You took that faith. You mustered up faith inside of you to take a step forward when you didn't even see a ground.
Yep. And then that even comes with, what is the term? Distractions. Like, you're going to get distracted, as in good, not just like the bad ways. Yeah. And so you have all the birthdays and the weddings and the dinners and things you like are invited to, but it's also learning how to say no. That is so hard for me to say no. Like, as in my mind, I'm like, do you have any idea how many things I could be doing right now? And like, I don't even know how to sit in one place for a long period of time, because I'm like getting into Google stuff. Like, I could be doing research. I just can't shut the brain off. Like, it's hard for me sometimes. And so I'm working on being okay with saying no, I guess, because I have something to do. I want to do something with my life. I don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is?
I mean, I do. I just want to be a wonderful leader. Like, I thrive off of people. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm in the industry that I'm in. Like, I need the connection. I need a balance. I genuinely feel like I'm an extrovert 50% of the time, and I'm an introvert 50% of the time. I will shut down. I need my time to recoup, And so it's like last week. I feel like I had a really a good week talking to people that I noticed in my evenings. Holy cow, I didn't want to talk to a soul. I'm just tired. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And so I'm figuring that out. Does it mean I'm getting older and I'm getting tired quicker? Like, who knows? I'm like, I just turned 30. So that's where my first thought is like, damn, I'm getting older. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what that comes with, but day by day. So,
I think you want to impact others. You want to motivate.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that.
I want to be an example.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to practice what I preach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no one I can't tell people what to do, how to do it when I have no experience. I you know what I mean? Recently I feel like I've had more by failing, by going through life. How did I handle it?
Mm-hmm.
How did I react to it? Did I? Or did I let it control me? And there's so many things. And so that's what I'm trying, that's what the point of this series is. Like, we're built to lead. Mm-hmm. But let's learn how to do it together. Let's just learn from each other. So.
Well, to lead, you got to be able to follow.
Yeah.
Be able to listen. You're not the boss. You have a boss. You submit. There's people you submit. I submit to people.
Yeah.
Because I know I don't know everything.
Yeah.
I know that I need help. Big businesses, they're not run by one person. They have a board of directors.
Yep.
Who is your board? Mm-hmm. That's actually, we're going to talk about later. One of our fewer weeks, one of the later weeks is you got to have people around you. Mm-hmm. Who's those people going to be? Mm-hmm. But it all starts with being consistent. But all that, the habits, that all starts with what you want. Who are you? Mm-hmm. What makes you you? Mm-hmm. What do you want out of it? What do you want these things to be? Knowing what you want is probably a good start.
Yeah.
Saying I don't know is tough because I think everyone says I don't know for the longest. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And that's why I think a lot of people didn't want to go to college because they didn't know what they want to major in.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big thing. But in my head, it's just go. You'll find out there.
Yeah.
Learn.
I agree.
Submit. learn because your mind is
Gosh.
so powerful. That's the strongest muscle we have.
Yeah.
I recently saw about 100 men versus one gorilla thing on social media the other day.
Yeah.
The man already won that. Maybe not bare hands, but our mind developed. We were able to develop tools to take over the gorilla. That's why we have them in the zoo. They don't have us in the zoo. So we won that.
Yeah.
But now maybe not bare muscles.
Yeah.
Because our muscles here. Our biggest one's right
Fair.
here.
Yeah.
We took over the world. Every animal submits to us.
Yeah.
Because of this. So knowing that whose you are is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
We're a child of God. We're children of God.
Yeah.
So no matter what you do, you're gonna win.
Yeah.
No matter what, you've already won. The victory's already taken. Jesus, he did it already. We already won. So with that, there should be no fear in anything you do. Just knowing if it aligns with His word and you prayed about it, you pray up before you do it, then you're gonna get it. No matter what, as long as you in His word and you prayed about it for everything. I mean, if it's crazy, then maybe not, but
Yeah.
you're gonna win. You've already won. In the process, it's not about life's about the journey. It's not about the destination.
I agree.
We're all headed to the same place.
Yeah.
We're all just taking different routes. And your route is not meant to be my route because I can do this and you can do that. I can't do what you do sometimes.
Yeah.
You can't do what I do. So our routes are supposed to be different. We may be aligned for a part. We take a little, but then you may have to go this way and I got to go this way. People come and go in your lives, but
Yeah.
we compare. We look at other people. Social media gives a good example of people who look like they're at the top, seem like they're at the top, but they're probably not.
For sure.
We don't know their life.
Too. Yeah. There's so much to it.
We don't know what happens when the phone gets turned off.
Yeah.
Well, just put face down when the camera's not rolling. The arguments that there was social media couples a few years ago who ain't it together no more
Oh yeah. Yeah.
because they had this facade. Life was
Crazy.
great. We can joke. We can
know.
play with each other. Look at us. We got a blog.
Yeah.
What happened? It wasn't that you said it was.
I know that's so hard because I'll get attached to some of those couples because they're so cute. But you're right.
Because the habits at home
Yeah.
didn't align. They didn't.
Yeah.
What there's actually a quote we have here.
Yeah.
You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems.
Love that. I'm writing that down and I'm going to put that on somewhere because you're so right. We've talked about systems even in general with work. Yeah. You're going to stay the same level if you do not. Oh,
That's why we have systems in place before you start. There is no D word. There's the I. There's no C word. There's
yeah. Yeah.
soon there'll be no word. Just kidding. But no, in general, like you got to have systems. That's pretty much it. That's the systems.
I agree.
Those habits are part of your systems. Okay, so what are the main points that we talked about today?
Wait, there was something else. I want to see segment 3. So, growth doesn't always feel exciting. I feel like that one's, real,
Yep.
honest. Let's just be transparent. Is growth easy? I mean, is it exciting? Absolutely not. It is hard sometimes. Do we want to wake up that early? Do I want to? I probably do want to keep those blinds shut sometimes if I had a hard week or who knows what it is. But man, it is tough. And I think it's okay. It's okay to not be okay in knowing that growth part is not exciting.
That goes with discipline.
Yeah. Believing in it.
And
believing in
knowing
your goal.
I got to do this. Like, I don't want to. Pretty soon I'm got to go to a conference about the new tax laws for the next year. You know how boring that's going to be? That's not exciting stuff.
You're right. Yeah.
But I got to do it to be ahead. Like,
Keep the rules and
taxes
systems
is
in
not
place.
a fun thing.
Yeah.
They're not like, oh my goodness, I love what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. I'm helping people know their tax laws and use them to their advantage. But it's boring stuff in the long run. It's just, it's a means.
Yeah.
At the moment to the end, because this is supporting everything in the moment. So it's a means. This is probably not what I envisioned my life when I was doing all this, but this is a start because I want to be a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And guess what? I already got 3 businesses. That's kind of cool to say.
Absolutely.
It feels great. And so those are like part of who I am. So I got to take this stuff I don't want to do too, because everything that what you want to be, there's stuff that comes with it that you don't want to do.
I agree.
And you got to do it. Like, you want to motivate. You want to be an example.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? He's going to use you as an example. He's going to put you through the ringer. He's going to put you in the darkness, because when someone goes through it, how are you going to motivate if you don't went through it?
That's something that got me through some tough times, and that's why I will always say we're all a walking testimony. We have no idea what someone is going through, has gone through, whatever the case is. And so, and just like you even mentioned this earlier, God often builds us in the unseen places first. You're behind the scenes, you're feeling alone, whatever. You're not alone. We're not alone. We have to remember that God has our back. You're going through something bad today, man, I'm going to empathize, obviously, because that sucks. It's not cool to go through things in life. But golly, a month from now, you have no idea why you will realize why you went through then, and whenever that time took place. It's such an insane feeling how life is, isn't it?
Yeah, a few years ago, I was volunteering in my church doing the video stuff.
Yeah.
I was just there. I'd go just to, because the guy who ran it was a really good friend of mine, and he was like, just come sit with me. I want you to be at the church. Just come sit with me. So I would just sit with him in the media room upstairs, and he'd show me how to do this, show me these things. But I would just we would just sit together, mainly. That was the main thing, while he directed the whole live feed. A few months doing that, just hanging out with him, still volunteering, things like that, but still under him, listening to him, everything he was showing me, just showed me stuff.
Yeah.
Like, come to church 2 hours early. I'm show you how we set up. I'm show you all this stuff, why this plug connects here, why we use this.
Yeah.
For 6 months, he was showing me all these things. And then one day he left.
Okay.
And I cried, and I cried, and I cried, because he left, and they put me like, everyone was looking at me like, hey,
you're next.
What do we do?
We need your help. Yeah.
And this podcast would not be here.
I agree.
If I didn't learn anything from over there. Those seeds were being planted over there to help this, to create this.
While my seeds were being planted with, figuring myself out. And still am until this day. But yeah, I wouldn't have the timing for it all. And I want to mention something since we were talking. We won't name churches or anything, but you know how I've been running recently on the treadmill intentionally. So went to this retreat. And I walked into that retreat, it was like 3 days or something, like a church retreat. I walked in there signing up for it, knowing I needed some guidance in general, just wherever my life was going. I had faith, but I wanted more faith. I knew what I wanted. And so signed up for this, and you walked in feeling a type of way, as anyone would. And then we wrote down like 3 words, how we felt or what we had gone through, the words that kind of described us. And then on the other side of the same piece of paper, you write how you, at the end,
who you actually are.
Yes.
The lies you were telling yourself compared to who you actually are.
Yep, exactly. And so in front of my treadmill, just a blank wall. And then I put a sticky tack. And on this paper, it literally says healed, at peace, and victorious. It's reminding yourself, whatever words that you think describe you or whoever you are, keep telling yourself these things, and so that's just been something that I've been intentionally, another habit of mine. But I had to say that just because there's so many things you can do out there. It's just up to you with whatever makes you happy.
Not to go on too much, but you got me out, because this is when the spirit leads, you got to keep going.
Yeah, I agree.
When I go through something, anything small, anything kind of is attacking my actual peace. Yeah. I remind myself what I've already gone through. Oh, I've seen this before. I've been through that. What is this? Yeah. Keep moving. Yeah. Don't even just keep walking. Yeah. And you've gone through stuff. So when stuff attacks you, remind yourself what you've already overcame.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is nothing. I'll be fine.
My mentor, I had a meeting with him one-on-one a few weeks ago, and he told me, he was like, look, no matter, whenever you think about yourself, there's a starting point I want you to start at. The day, he was like, at your mom's funeral, when you got up there and spoke, that's who you are. That's who I found out who you are. At your darkest point, that is where you were at. So no matter what, whenever you think about yourself, you want to think about who you are, you want to maybe think about how a low person, you start telling yourself things. Right. That is the starting point of who you are. Your darkest point and how you responded at that. Yeah. That is who you That is the bottom point of starting of who you are. So when you want to start telling yourself lies that I'm not this, I'm not that, or I'm this, and
you didn't let it take over and consume you. Sometimes you can't. It's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did that either. I remember we all were thinking, like, how did he just speak for that long?
God.
Yeah, you're right.
God, he gives you peace beyond understanding.
Yeah.
He helps. He gives you the strength when you ain't got no
and
strength.
It's so crazy because, like, deep down I knew. Like, I knew you were going to be... It's like a faith thing, right? It's like, he's going to be fine. Some way or another, you're going to figure it out. You know what I mean? But you're right. It is a God thing.
Yeah.
Everyone in there, it was just the emotions.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I'm still struggling with it. It's just, I pray.
Yeah.
I give it to him, and I keep moving because what am I going to do wallowing in it? What's going to happen if I stay in it?
You'll get... Yeah, don't ever go down that rabbit. It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, but it's a lie.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we're children of God. We've already won. And if I believe in him, and I believe in the other side, and I believe that this story's not done. It's just, I'm going to say later, and I'm going to tell them what happened after they left.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what you missed.
Right. It's good. You overcame. I love it. Oh, this is nice.
Take action. Action. That one? That's how you know it's not rehearsed, guys.
That's the point. We're supposed to be honest and real. And everything we do, every episode is... I don't believe in that. I don't... Maybe we should. Well, y'all let us know in the comments, okay? But be honest, okay? Be nice. Just raw and organic. I really feel like we covered a lot.
We did.
Oh, yes. That's what you're saying. We lost telepathy there for a little bit, but now I got it. I want to say pick a small habit and commit to that for 7 days.
Yep.
Like seven full days. Be honest if you cheat. You got to be honest. Just start over. Maybe you don't start over for another 2 days. Start over. Just you have to be consistent because I promise you will win. I can't. How many times? Sometimes I don't get a gallon of water, and I am like beating myself up for it. But what am I doing the next day? I'm putting that thing on the counter so I can pour it in my water, and I'm being. You see it, so why aren't you going to do it? You know. And so I just think try to. What is going to be your thing for 7 days? Can you think of anything off the top of your head?
I can. There's two things came in my head, but I'm just going to say the one to wash my dish after I use it.
Oh, that's a great one. You might get some from SETI.
I'm not doing that. I got to do my part. It's just it's a habit. I've seen like, oh man, what am I doing?
Do you rinse it?
I mean, I put water, yeah.
Okay, you know, sometimes, I don't know. Just you get the crusties and the dry.
Yeah.
Oh, SETI will love you even more for that. That's a good one. Okay.
Yours?
Gosh, I'm doing everything right now. What? Well,
you think about that real quick, but if you're a listener, pick one small habit to commit to for 7 days. Keep it simple, nothing crazy, but stay steady.
Yep, I agree. I don't know. I'm going to have to ponder on that one.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right. So we talked about how habits shape our identity. We've also talked about daily disciplines of a faith-driven entrepreneur. And entrepreneur is not just because you own a business, it's a mindset.
Right. Agreed. Own your own life. Own your own mind.
Yep. And we talked about staying steady when it's not sexy.
Yep. It's not always fun and games, guys. It's just not how life is, unfortunately.
But like we said, though, we are rooted. We're seeds. We're planted. Because we're planted. But we got to have good soil, too, when we're planted.
Right.
Good soil is a good heart, good mindset, receptive and open to the Word of God, for one. But also open heart and understanding, like, this is not the end. This is not where it stops.
Yeah.
I trust in you. I know where I see this may suck what I'm doing. God, this sucks, but I trust in you. You're guiding my steps.
Yep.
What do you want me to get out of this? Don't ask why. Say what. You got this. And this is the first episode of the
the week 4 series. Yeah. So I want to kind of give a little teaser. So next week, stay tuned for week 2. We're diving into what it really means to lead with light, how to embody the CEO mindset without losing your soul. I mean, just like earlier we talked about the pressure, And I think that's going to be a really good one.
I like that, though, without losing your soul.
Yeah.
Staying true, that integrity.
I agree.
Doing right.
Such a good word. Mm-hmm. Integrity's been in my vocabulary recently, actually. What else? Gosh, if you felt blessed today, send this to a friend.
Please.
Drop a comment. Gosh, give us a like. Also tag us on our Rooted in Rising podcast on Instagram. We have Instagram and Spotify and YouTube. Mm-hmm. Golly, look at us. Who knows what we have next in store. We're working on it. So thank y'all for being so patient with us. And
tag us if you're committing to your
please tag us if you're committing to your 7-day habit. I'm so curious what it is. DM us. Would love to. Man, I'm thrive off of motivating other people. I'm here for an accountability partner. So you guys let us know. Mm-hmm. And we're here for you. Yep. So stay tuned for week 2.
Peace.